Welcome back, people, to Let's Play Tyranny. There we go. Let's see now. Right, we're reporting back to Graven Ashe.
Can't do that.
Yes, you can. See, he should be over here someplace. I should also try and sell what I can. Now that I think about it. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, we got missives, right? Journal, biography, notes, records. Is it here? No. Right, we got the upgrades. That's cool. Oh, these are recruits. I see. Ah, so right. Master of Smelting provides iron ingots to upgrade weapons and forge powerful weapons. Right. Tyranny, a merchant who specializes in unique weapons. Higher. Specializes in metal armors and light armors. Control vigor, control. Oh yes, control vigor, control stone. Here's another one. Control fire, frost, lightning, and control vigor. Don't know. Don't know yet. Reputations. Where do I go for missives? Encyclopedia, notes, records, tutorials. Factions. Is it here? No, that's the edicts. Ah, that's missives. Okay. Oh, right. It's a pigeon. I thought it was a fire. You know, like there's wood there, and then there was fire on top. Like it was some sort of resting thing, like you can make camp. But no, it's a carrier pigeon. He has a note there and wings and all. Okay, cool. Sage Owl. May knowledge survive. Okay. Dear Faintbinder Roland, may this missive find you in good health. I write you in hopes of striking a bargain with the court. By the laws of Kairos, I am a purveyor of lies. In my work for the School of Ink and Quill, I have written many texts, and while some of the particulars are at odds with history as taught by those loyal to Kairos, I truly believe that our work is not blasphemous, nor treasonous, and does nothing but exemplify the inevitability of Kairos. It is not my place to say what is and isn't worthy of censor. That duty, I understand correctly, is yours. My offer is this. If you would preserve my text, I would submit my neck to any sentence you deem worthy without protest. My life is worth little compared to the texts that required the life's work of countless sages. I understand such writings will likely need to be kept in a vault far from offending eyes. But I can be assured that our written echoes will live on. My flesh and blood are the course to discard. If you are amenable to my offer, seek me out. My current whereabouts are far from the ruins of the Vellum citadels. I see the reverse of this parchment for instructions. If you make your way into the location I directed, I will seek you out. Glory to Kairos, Sage L. Okay. On the reverse of this missive is a charcoal sketch that appears to be a small keep built along the mountain foothills. Map of the tiers is drawn in the corner, with a circle that seems to indicate the location is in the Bastard tier, northeast of the Bastard City. Request more information, send a refusal, send a terse affirmation. Yes. Listen, we need... Here's the thing. We need more information. Right. By the laws of Kairos, I'm a purveyor of lies. Right. What is my... There we go. Dear Lord or Lady L. If you are sincere in your desire to surrender to the court, you are welcome to visit Tunon, the Archon of Justice, and seek audience with him at the Bastard City. I assure you the Archon sleeps very little, and time will be made for a proper hearing. Beggars cannot be choosers, and the guilty ought not to bargain when their only currency is guilt. Perhaps, if you could provide me some more insight into your situation, I might be less inclined to assume that this is some sort of trap. Fatebinder Roland. Yeah, let's send that. Okay. And Tunon has sent us a missive as well. My dear Roland, the court is abuzz with the news of the Civil War. Representatives from the chorus and his favorite are having little shouting matches in front of Tunon. The petitioners through the court seem swept up in talks of who will crush whom and if and when Tunon will bring down the gavel and stop the fighting. What has me more intrigued is the other story out of Vendry as well. Tunon sends you on what I thought was going to be a one-way trip to the well, and not only do you live, you somehow claimed the Mountain Spire. And you broke Kairos' edict too. Such things can make a little civil war seem trivial in comparison. At least to those who can separate the message from the noise. Tell me, what was it like to break the edict? And how is it you took control of the spire? Fatebinder Rogalis. Okay. I'm mistrustful of Rogalis, but I don't think Roland has a I don't think Roland has reason to be. So we'll just do the earnest thing and we'll explain the experience as best we can. Let's see, dear Rogalis, Kairos' edict simply said that an agent of the Overlord must claim the Ascension Hall before Kairos' Day of Swords. The only thing I consciously did was take charge of the battle to claim Ascension Hall. My claiming of the spire happened just moments after I felt the edict's grip release. The floor of Ascension Hall gave way, unearthing a glowing pattern buried beneath the chamber floor. Kairos only knows how long it's been buried under the tile. As far as I know, as for how I actually claimed the spire, it is perhaps a mutual bond. Atop the spire is an old structure, a twin-lined edifice. I'll include a sketch on the back of this parchment. This structure spoke to me in sensations and images, and seemed to respond to my presence in some limited capacity. That is what happened, as best I can think to describe it. Does any of this sound familiar or bring to mind any old stories or rumors, Roland? Yeah, we'll send that. That seems like something we would do. There's Graven Ashe. Before we talk to Graven Ashe, let's actually do some inventory management here. Let's say, should be Osmia. Is that a... Nah, no, it's this guy, right? Syphilis. Syphilis. Hello. Pleasure to meet you. Show me your wares. Just don't touch me. Oh yeah, we have a lot of stuff to sell. Let's go through the weapons first. Weeping Wound, which is two-handed. Health drained on a critical hit. I think we'll keep this. It might be fun to do. Stalwart Bronze Sword. Nothing especially... As long as it doesn't have any special abilities, I think we just sell it, right? Glory. This thing has cleansing. So I'm gonna keep that as well. This thing here is jagged. I think we'll sell it still. Twisted stuff. Bows and whatnot. Stalwart Bronze Sword. His favorite iron spear, bronze tabar. Oh wait, aversion. Oh, it has +5 parrying. That's nothing. You can sell the axes. I know for sure that those are okay to sell. This thing here is an iron war mace, which is devastating. So we can push people back on a crit. But I don't think we want to do that, actually. We got this stuff here as well. Skyblade Javelin. Can sell that. I'm a bit unsure about the Iron Dagger. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're in the money. Right, we have Iron Greaves, Light Bronze Boots. I think we sell those. Merchant's Boots, yes. Scavenger Leather. I think we can sell most of this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I wish there was a way to mark... Can I mark it? No, I can't mark as junk. That would be very good to be able to do that. That's always such a handy feature. It was... I first encountered that in Dragon Age Origins. And it was an awesome feature there. And also Kingdoms of Amalur, I believe, has that mechanic. Like whenever you pick up something, you can compare it to what you're wearing and then instantly mark it as junk so that you don't have to go through, like I'm doing now, and checking to see what has what and all of that stuff. This is goring. I want to keep those, actually. Alright, only Ebb can equip that. Alright, so that means we can sell it. We also have other stuff here, which has stuff like a Scarlet Notebook. I think this is all stuff that we can sell, right? Because it's not, yeah, it's not consumable or accessories. It's not Spire stuff, which has that kind of shit. Quest items, weapons, consumables. Oh, I already know this thing. Alright, so let's get rid of that then. Accessories. Well, oh. All equipment. Right. So the bronze ingots and stuff are not part of this other. Alright, good. So that means we can sell all of this stuff. Well, let's get rid of it. It's just gems anyway. Gems and broken shit. So, he may have some use for it. I don't know. But we'll sell it. See if we can get something from it. Probably not going to get a whole hell of a lot, but might be something. Right. We can put this things back. Boom. Now let's go through and see what we have here. Right, Devastating and Annihilation. Devastating I don't care too much for, but Annihilation is a really good ability. Here's another thing. Unbroken Helm. Yeah, we can sell that. I didn't really like the look of it after all. Also, this item can be improved with the Spire Forge upgrade. Right. We should do that ASAP. We can make Barrack a bit tougher. That would be nice. I also have this Bane-touched staff. Just gravelit. I can train health. Let's see. I think we may keep it for now. Right, we have a bronze guitar. This is Harm's Way. It is Praying, which is really good. Iron guitar is not as good. The bronze guitar is actually pretty good. Deals... It's better than the dagger, even though the dagger has Praying. This thing here is blood... Right, Enraged on kill. That's awesome, actually. Alright, we can sell this stuff. We'll use that. I really wish that we had multiple bars, hot bars in this game. That would be very good. Alright. So, do you have anything? Do you have any trinkets or something? Anything that we could use? I don't think so. Nah. We did get a whole bunch of cash though. Which is cool, because that means we can start upgrading our spire even more. I think, right, we can hire 6 total. Let's get the light and heavy armor specialists. And get the bronze ingot dudes. And iron ingot dude. We can hire 1 more. Teaches control vigor and control stone. I think those 2 are the ones that we probably want, right? Yes. As for this stuff, for the mysterious devices, right, we can get Casper, who can respec us. Battlefield scavenger with many unique items for sale. That sounds fun. Smith regularly produces weapons. Old beast woman who regularly provides food to take into battle. Camping supplies, merchants with a motley collection of items. None of these people get lore, right? Nah. That's alright. We don't need any more, I think.
Will do.
Cool. Right, here's something. Right, verse. Unlock this tier. Right. Dauntless. Yeah, cool. You equip the powerful artifact. Oh, using our artifact's power gets that thing. And critical hits increases the reputation as well. Okay, cool. So now I know.
Right.
That I should probably be using those powers and not hold on to them. Save them for tough battles and stuff. Fatebinder. Let's see, how did I do the voice of Orc Ashe? I forget. I'll do the rough man voice. Fatebinder. No one in recent history has reached the pinnacle of a spire, and yet you step on top of it as if it was intended for your occupation. Whatever you just say for yourself. Right. They offer strategic advantages. So you regard them only as tactical bastions. Perhaps that is best. Whatever power you raised in the spires, hold them aloft. Better, whatever power raised the spires and holds them aloft, better that you do not let it preoccupy your efforts. Right. What is it you require? I have returned from the Old Wall's breach. And killed the leader of the Unbroken, I understand. You've accomplished much in the name of the Legion, and devotion is a quality that I praise in my soldiers. The Unbroken will no doubt elect another rotted scarecrow to represent their interest. We had best subdue the rest of this realm before they have time to recover from their loss. I'm having trouble with this voice. Let's try it a bit lower. He strokes his beard and ponders. You put much at stake in plumbing those ancient ruins. Although these lands are not wholly subjugated under the Empire, we are still beholden to Kairos' laws against entering the Old Walls. I appreciate that you take such risks on my Legion's behalf. Right. We can only hope that this mad scramble for heirlooms further the goals of the conquest. I suspect even mighty Tunon would forgive our transgressions if the war depended on it. Yeah, that's what Roland figured as well. Well, do you think this will mean trouble? No, listen. I'm ready to see if this old trinket gets us through Kairos' storms. I'm dispatching 2 forces to Sentinel Stand, led by the Iron Guard Rumelan, and 1 by Commander Dimitris. We are closer to breaching Sentinel Stand than we've ever been. If you have any questions, voice them now. Otherwise, I anticipate your victory against the Unbroken and the recovery of my daughter. Right. Farewell. Could have asked them about his rebellion against Kairos.
I can't.
But let's not push that. Nah, you know what? We have time. We have time to do that. Let's do it. Why not? Fast mode. There we go. Desert 2, right. Ashe stares into space and worries his beard with both hands. The reflexive actions seem to bring him comfort. Though the ferocity of this gesture strikes you as unhealthy. Archon? He blinks and turns to you with a look of recognition. Ashe clears his throat and sets his stance in a composed, confident manner. Fatebinder, I hope you come with good tidings. Ironhearth may be our home in the tears, but my heart longs for the north. Right. I wish to discuss the war. Let's not get too familiar with the guy. Very good. Look forward to hearing your exploits in this dreadful wilderness, and it may require anything from me, don't hesitate to ask. Right, I want to ask you about your rebellion against Kairos. You are right to be curious about our history, but it concerns me that you would speak of rebellion. The battles of the past are centuries old and hard as iron. The uprisings of the past might help inform our present efforts. They might, at that. No more squalling tearsmen can hold a candle to my efforts, but I would rather you march forth when understanding your enemy than not. So, you want to hear about how I decimated the armies of Kairos, built my legion around northern values, and achieved a measure of power? It is true that I accomplished much as a northern warlord, but my time began in earnest under the overlord's tutelage. Okay. Who did you defeat during your rebellion? I defeated Blood Echo, the Archon of War at the time. By leading him into a trap, he must have been so consumed by the fury of the hunt that he overlooked a bit of hasty misdirection. Ashe chuckles and shakes his head. Even the execution of that foe was nothing compared to the victory I would win later. I also defeated the Voices of Nerat. The general beams with pride. He would, wouldn't he? Look at him, staring off into the horizon. Strange to imagine that happening so many years ago, and here we are again. My legion nearly destroyed the Scarlet Chorus, humiliated them. In fact, I suspect the Archon of Secrets still licking his wounded pride. I wonder if he would remember the conflict differently, or at all for that matter. The Voices has a long memory, but a short attention span. His soldiers are as disposable and unloved as anything can be. The Voices hold his pride and satisfaction in higher regard. He is crafty enough that nothing would wound him too deeply, though I seem to have earned the distinction. Right. What was it like to assume the Archon of War's mantle? Well, at first I was unaware that I had assumed any power beyond my normal authority. It might seem obvious now, but war tends to confuse such things. I had no desire whatsoever to claim or accept such responsibility under Kairos. It took years for me to fully come to terms with my own surrender and subjugation, but if I was meant for any title and the honored hierarchy of the Archons, war seemed an appropriate one for me. In truth, I think of myself more as a general and a father. Tell me about the Archons. We won many battles against the Archons, though we did the most damage against the Voices of Narat. He was by no means the only Archon that assaulted our iron shield wall. When the Archon of Entropy tarnished our weapons, we fought with wood. When the Archon of Sorrow sapped our fervor, we rallied around the songs of the North. I dismantled their offensives, even though I lacked an Archon's education or experience. No doubt this was one of the reasons that Kairos singled me out to join the ranks. How did you rise to power? That is a tale bound to the rebellion itself. I always inspired loyalty and devotion in my soldiers, but as years wore on, I grew to love them in turn. Every stone shield is as dear to me as a blood relation, and I would go to any length to see them succeed. As we all know too well, General, Barrack strikes a fierce salute. When we stood tall against Kairos, the men and women of my legion trained harder, marched farther, and endured more than I had ever taught them. We were unstoppable. The soldiers credited me with this new advantage. I had given them my total commitment, and they felt protected and strengthened by my presence. At first, I thought it merely their nature to look to their leader for courage, but nay, they were the first to discover the truth. You mean your Aegis? You clearly paid attention during the conquest. My Aegis, as it came to be called, covers my loyal soldiers in a protective shroud. We also have 10 times the endurance and coordination of a standard army, and shrug off lethal blows without incident. As I first attributed the performance of my legion to their training and breeding, it soon became clear that something greater was afoot. I suspected that this redoubled Kairos' interest in me. The power of an Archon is something to be nurtured or stamped out in accordance with Tunan's judgment. Once the forces of Kairos viewed my influence over the troops as a demonstrable threat, they resolved to put an end to my defiance once and for all. They sent every army they could spare after us, all but sacrificing the Scarlet Chorus in the process. Eventually, as all detractors do, even I fell. What happened next? They dragged me to Tunan's court in chains. I killed a dozen guards on the journey. If I was to be shackled for the Overlord's delight, I would pay back the indignity in blood. That's cool. Whenever I knelt before the adjudicator and felt the force of his judging stare, my temper cooled, turning from anger to fear. Tunan offered me the terms of my own sentence. If I walked the path of insubordination, then the lives of my soldiers were forfeit. If I bent the knee to Kairos, an opportunity that would not present itself twice, then I could continue to serve my legion as their Archon. It was a difficult choice, but not so trying that it paralyzed me. My soldiers had not earned such glory or to see it snuffed out before their time. After I made the choice, Tunan invited me to a council of Archons, where my loyalties were affirmed, and my place among their numbers sealed in a compact to Kairos. Okay. No sooner had I become an Archon to my soldiers than I became an Overlord's Archon of War. That's a pretty decent promotion, and earned through a display of strength. Oh, that he holds the chorus in such contempt. You already know the rest. My vaunted legion became the disfavored. The Archon even forced me to cast off my northern surname. graven was a joke at my expense, since I buried my pride in the past. I am a vassal of Kairos now, but the protection of my soldiers is secure, and I have guided their family lines across generations. The disfavored shows no sign of slowing. Alright, farewell.
On it.
That was a cool little tale there. That was a fun little tale. Although we didn't get to do much this episode. We're already at half an hour. And it's time to end it. So I think I'll make one episode more today to make up for that. Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. So long.